Chapter 18.
The bug fighter flew over once again, seemed to pause, then settled down toward the floor of the quarry. Bug fighters are the smallest of the Yerk ships. They aren't much bigger than a school bus. They have a cowled, insect-like look, except that on either side there are very long serrated spears pointing forward. So they look a little like a cockroach holding two spears. The bug fighter landed as gently as a feather. I held my breath.
Wait for it,
Jake said.
Wait for it.
The hatch opened. Out stepped a Hork-Bajir controller. The Andalite prince, Axe's brother, had told us that the Hork-Bajir were a good, decent people who had been enslaved against their will by the Yerks. Maybe so, but what they looked like was a whole different thing. Hork-Bajir are big, walking razor blades. They're about 7 feet tall, 2 arms, 2 legs, and a nasty spiked tail similar to Andalite tails. There are sword-like blades raked forward from their snake heads. There are blades at their elbows and wrists and knees. I mean, let me put it this way. If Klingons were real, they would be scared of Hork-Bajir.
Get ready.
Jake again. The Hork-Bajir stepped clear of the bug fighter. Then, he just stood there.
There will be a Taxon inside,
Axe reminded us.
Yeah, we know,
I said. Why was the Hork-Bajir just standing there? He should be looking around. After all, he was answering a distress beacon. Why was he just standing there like he was waiting for something?
On the count of 3,
Jake said in our heads.
1, 2, 3!
Tobias swooped, falling from the sky at close to 100 miles an hour. He raked his talons forward and hit the Hork-Bajir's face. Jake leaped from cover. He sailed through the air and hit the Hork-Bajir with paws outstretched, claws bared. Jake rolled away as the Hork-Bajir slashed the air like an out-of-control Cuisinart. But just then, Rachel rumbled up, as big as a tank.
Okay, back off, Jake,
Rachel said.
I have him.
She pressed one big tree stump leg on the Hork-Bajir's chest and pressed him down against the ground. She did not crush him, just held him like a bug who could easily be squashed. The Hork-Bajir decided it was time to stop struggling and lie very still. Too easy, a part of my mind warned me. Too easy. No Hork-Bajir controller had ever just given up like that. But I had other problems. My job was to get inside the bug fighter, get the Taxon pilot.
Let's go,
I yelled. I ran forward, loping clumsily on my squat gorilla legs, swinging my massive, mighty gorilla arms. Cassie and Axe were right there with me. Taxons are disgusting, oversized centipedes, but I wasn't worried. We were more than enough to handle a Taxon. But then, a brilliant red beam of light sliced the air just inches in front of me. It blocked my way. Another beam of blinding red light. This crossed behind me. It exploded gravel into steam as it traced a path.
Draken beams,
Axe cried. I spun around, looking for cover.
Look,
Cassie screamed in our heads.
Up on the edge of the quarry.
I looked, as the Draken beams formed a cage of deadly light around us. The edge of the quarry above was lined with Hork-Bajir. I looked left. More! To the right. More! The entire quarry was lined with Hork-Bajir warriors, each armed with a Draken beam. There must have been 100 of them. We were surrounded. Completely surrounded.
Stay in morph,
Jake snapped.
Don't let them know we're human. Let's charge them,
Rachel yelled.
No, you can't even climb up that rock face. Don't be stupid.
Cassie called Tobias.
Tobias, You can get away! I don't think so,
he said.
No headwind. It would take me a couple of minutes to flap my way up out of here. They'd fry me before I got clear.
The reality settled over us. The despair.
What are we going to do?
Cassie wailed.
There has to be a way out. There has to be,
Rachel yelled.
Not this time,
I said grimly. We were trapped. Outnumbered. Outsmarted. Finished. And that was when he came.